Ahoy Ragamuffins, Jamie here, and thank you so much for joining me for today's movement session. Today I've got a fun, no repeat, all standing workout. You will not have to get on the ground, whether this is beginner or intermediate with advanced option, any of that, all standing today. We're gonna be doing 6 exercises, 45 seconds each with a 15-second break. The amount of circuits that you do will vary on which title you chose today. 20-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute. Now, the equipment that you'll be needing is a nice open area, an incline or a wall if needed. Wait, maybe not. I just say that just out of habit, and a towel and water bottle. Remember, you know your body better than I do, so take a break whenever you need it. The timer and I are just guides, so feel free to break whenever. All right, grab your water bottle, grab your towel, and let's get started. All right, let's get ready to warm up. We're gonna start first with some arm circles, including some neck stuff, rolling those shoulders forward, taking it at any speed you feel comfortable with, small knee bends, and moving those arms, shoulders forward. Maybe you want to open up that chest. And about halfway through, in about 5 seconds, we're going to take it back. Opening up and now back. Opening up, palms forward. Now opening up that chest, squeezing back. Again, take this at any speed, but it's a very intentional thinking about warming up the body. And now we're gonna come into butt kicks, heel taps, pulling back. You can do lower body only. You can have some upper body in there if you wanna squeeze those elbows together, pulling back, or maybe one at a time and pretend like you're starting a lawnmower, which is what I'm doing. Hey, yeah, pull back, breathing good. Always use something for balance if necessary in any of these workouts. Pulling 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna come to some knee bends, air squats, coming down and up, bending. Weight is in the heels, coming down all the way up to stand. If you would like to use something for a tactile cue, you can sit, kind of touch bottom down on a chair or a platform. Knees are facing toes, toes are facing knees. You determine the depth of the squat and the speed of it. Maybe you come here, or slightly slower. Now we're gonna come to low impact jacks, side to side. Again, you can do lower body only. You can lift those elbows. You can have high hands. All options, you can include a hop. We're bringing that heart rate up. Now we're gonna bring it to front raises. So nothing shifts on the bottom. You stay there on the bottom. If you're using upper body, lift high hands up. Presses, good. 2 and 1. We're gonna come reverse tap, squeeze, open up. Reverse tap, squeeze, open up. Now this is one where if you need something for balance, please go ahead and do so. Tap, shifting those hips forward, opening up. Maybe hands come wide and breathing, good. Lifting. Maybe you wanna have hands come into stars. We're opening up those hips, warming up those hips, and coming into a jog in place. Jog in place, here we go, side to side, maybe low impact here. Knees are bending. Maybe you want to come into a little bit of a hop. Nice work. Coming up, coming back, breathing, using those arms if you'd like. Good, good, good. Jogging in place. Fastest place to get nowhere, jog in place. Now we're gonna come to side knee lifts, bringing up those knees. Hold on to something for balance if needed. If you want, you can come into a small crunch lift here. Good, breathing, inhale, exhale, 3. Good, if you want, incorporate those hands. Knee lifts, breathing, breathing, breathing. 10 seconds, shift and lift. 5, 3, good. 2, and 1. All right, here we go. First one is going to be dumbbell sun risers. So palms are facing towards the screen, thumbs are up, knees are soft, and we're gonna come up and slowly come back down. So come up, my core is engaged, slowly coming back down. Roll that neck out, roll those shoulders back whenever you need it. Slowly come up and back down. Lots of different options for stance here. You can come into a half kneel. Breathing, inhale, or, oh wait, I said this was an all standing one, whoops. Oh no, I can't give the half kneel option. Slowly coming up and back down. So all standing, by the way, up and down. Slowly bringing that weight back down with control, elbows slightly bent and down. Second move here is gonna be a chest press to driver. So I'm gonna grab my weight here, hold on either side. Excuse me, knee is slightly bent. Ha, 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 come into a little bit of a knee bend and shift out for 2 and 4, drive, 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 drive. So you're shifting that weight up, right over left, left over right, and then coming to a driver here. So the farther away from your body, the more challenge it is for the core to stay stable. I have my knee bent, so you can come here, closer to the body. Again, the farther away out, and press, 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 drive it. I'm picturing me driving a car. Woo! Yeah, you're like, I never want to drive with you. And out, out, press. So do this 4 times, 4-ish times, and then bring it in and out. Standing tricep extension. We're gonna grab, let's do one weight here. One weight up overhead, standing tricep extension, coming into a stagger stance here. Core is engaged and breathing. Inhale and exhale, lifting up, slowly lowering that weight down. It's really funny since our daughter's name is Cora, I always say like, Cora's engaged, and it just sounds like, she's always like, are you talking to me, Mom? Lifting up, and now we're gonna switch that stagger stance. So, and back with that over foot lift up overhead, and engage down and back. Take a break whenever you need it. The timer and I are just guides. Inhale, exhale as you come down and up. Breathing, nice job. 5 seconds. Lifting, breathing, and 1. So this next one says dumbbell hopovers. You don't have to hop over a dumbbell. I'll put a dumbbell just to show you, but you can just pretend you're hopping over something, especially if you're worried about anything with balance. So you're coming up, shifting up, lifting that knee up. So this section is intermediate with advanced options. So I'm always gonna show low impact, and then I'll show some variety. If you wanna come into a higher impact, you can come that way. So this is with these intermediate, no repeats with the advanced options. I'll show you different ways that you can bring, jumps, plyometric stuff into it if you want, but I will always start low impact first. Side to side, 10 seconds, breathing, dumbbell hop over. Again, you don't have to hop over anything. 3, and 1. All right, we're gonna come into a squat curtsy to curl. So I'm taking the weights here on either side, gonna come into a curtsy lunge behind my body. One leg comes behind and come into that bicep curl. Curtsy breathing. So you control the depth of that curtsy lunge. You can be here. You can be here. And you can be here. Coming down, making sure those hips are aligned. Pushing through that heel, coming up to stand. Breathing, inhale. And exhale, lifting up. Shifting. Woo, good. Coming up, breathing, nice work. 15 seconds, 1 circuit, 6 exercises in each. Breathing, inhale, exhale. You can tap down, come to a break whenever. And 1. All standing. Now we're gonna come into skaters. Skaters here. 5 seconds. I'm gonna come behind with my feet. 1, behind, 2. Option 1 here. Option 1 here. Option 2, you're adding a little bit more of a hop. Option 3, side to side, here and breathing. If you want, you can incorporate that upper body. You can incorporate that upper body in this option as well. Humming side, you keep that body overhead, or body overhead. I'll say things and they like make sense in my head, but then I say them out loud. Like keep that body aligned. You're not like shifting your whole body this way. Body stays here. You're shifting the arms with it. Oh, 2 and 1.
Tabata complete.
All right, 15 seconds. We're coming into a combo punch. High punch to low punch. Knees are gonna be bent. I'm gonna show you option 1 without coming into a rotation, and then I'll show you another couple options with coming into a rotation. Knees are bent here. We're coming 4, 3, 2, and 1. Combo low, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now if you want, turn it. Ha, 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 turn it. Here, okay? Gaze is forward. If you're keep flipping your head back, that's probably gonna get you a little bit dizzy. Or you can stay here in a low squat. Come up and down. Come up and down. Punch, punch. Gaze is forward and keep that back aligned, not rounded back here. Keep it aligned here. Punching. Up and down, 2 and 1. Whoo! All right, dumbbell squat to squat jump. So I'm gonna take a dumbbell, hold it at my center. So I'm gonna include the jump in variation. Squat, squat, lift, squat, squat, lift, squat, squat, lift. Option 1. Option 2, squat, squat, lift, squat, squat, lift, squat, squat, lift. Option 3, you're coming into toes or a little hop. 1, 2, hop. 1, 2, hop. Or lift. Or tap in. 2, lift. Toe up, heels up, or that hop. Sitting back in that squat, and 1. All right, agility taps. So in these agility taps, again, I'm gonna put something in front. You do not need to put something in front. This is just for kind of a visual cue. I'm tapping, tapping. Crossing, option 1. Option 1. Option 2, you're coming in side to side. Here, adding a little bit more of a hop. Option 3, tap, okay? Side to side, maybe you want to incorporate those arms with any of those options. Option 4, you're gonna round it. Right to left, left to right, side to side. You're shifting, lots of shifting. Step, it's almost like, feels dancey. Go ahead, dance if you want. We always love dancing around here. Around these parts. 3 and 1. All right, dumbbell swing and switch. So I'm gonna take a dumbbell here. I'm gonna come into a swing, switch, opposing my hand. So now right hand, left hand. I'm hinging at the hip. Knees are soft. I'm hinging forward and coming up. Engaging that core, and I'm switching that dumbbell. If you have a kettlebell, go ahead and do so. You're thrusting up with that hip, but engaging glutes as you come down. You can also do this holding on here, switching, all the way up to stand. Engaging core up and lift. Whew. But again, not jutting those hips forward like I just did. 5 seconds, breathing. And on. All right, front raise to lateral raise. So I'm gonna grab 2 weights. Palms are gonna be facing my body, lift up and to the side. So grabbing those weights too, and elbows are soft, lifting up and out, slowly lowering that weight down, right? Lift up and out. You can vary this by doing 1 and 1, one at a time. You can do this seated. You don't have to be standing. You can be seated, lifting up and breathing. Good. Engage core. Coming down, slowly coming down when you come down, or 1 and 1. Maybe you want to do a combo. I don't know where that enunciation, combo. Lift and side. So maybe you want to do like 2 together, 1 to the side. Nice job. Engaging core, lifting up, 3. And all right, now we're coming into a row to deadlift. So hinging, stiff-legged deadlift, knees are soft, weights are alongside my shins. I'm coming down, lifting up, coming down for 2. And then when I come down on the 3rd, I'm gonna hold and come into a row. Now in this particular one, my elbows are about 45 degrees. We're coming into 4 rows, shifting, and then back down. Now I'm gonna hinge forward at the hip, stiff-legged deadlift, coming up. Knees are shoulder width apart, all the way up to stand, hold, engage, pull back, 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds. Remember, this is a no repeat. Every time we do an exercise, it goes out the window for a while until next time you do this routine.
Body complete.
All right, we're coming into a hammer snatch. We're gonna come up and bring the weight up. So you're coming into almost like a squat. Thumb is facing towards here and lifting. We're doing 1 at a time here. I'm gonna switch halfway through, lifting up. Hammer curl to lift up, press. Good. Engage core, breathing out. So I'm coming into a squat, lift, 2, and 1, lift. Now switching, other side, hammer curl, lift, and lift up. Coming into that squat, lift and press, lift and press. Good, good, good. Knees are bending, knees are alongside toe, lifting, breathing out, and 1. All right, half moon reaches. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take the weight side to side. So weight is above my head, knee is coming to elbow. You're kind of making a moon shape here, coming down, meaning moon shape, crescent this way, lifting, oblique. You do not need to do this with a weight. You can do this upper body, or excuse me, body weight only, shifting that weight. Maybe you want it to be more of a balance challenge and you don't want to touch down. Knees are soft. Good. Pull, knee to elbow, right? Big balance challenge for that stability leg. Maybe you want to add a little bit more strength to that press. And lifting. Good. 5 seconds and then we're going to switch. And 1. Whew. Other side, working that other side. Whatever we do on one side, we do on the other, right? So lift, knee, shift, 3, 2, and 1. So here, you're coming here, stepping down, option 1. Option 1 is also lifting here. You don't have to touch knee to elbow if that's not happening. And getting that oblique. It's that kind of side crunch we're looking for here. And then the press. So another option is you can touch to the ground or keep that foot lifted for that real big balance challenge for that standing stability leg. Inhale and exhale, lifting, good. Breathing, nice job. And out when the knee comes to elbow, 2, and 1. Coming to the thruster. So now we're gonna come into the thruster, grab 2 weights here. We're gonna come down for a squat and lift up those weights to the ceiling, up high, 2, and 1. Lift, good. Coming down and lifting up. Weight coming through the heels, pressing up. You control the depth of the squat. Here, your muscles, range of motion, control the depth of the squat. Joints here, lifting here, here, and even deeper still. I'm doing that. You can go, breathe out, sitting back, and good, good, good. 10 seconds. Pushing up all the way up to a stand. Good. And 1. All right, stagger stance deadlift. So my heel is down, weight is in the opposite side. I have toe up, knee is slightly bent here. I'm gonna come down and lift. Come down, hip hinge and lift. Coming down, lifting up, hip hinge. So my heel is up, still providing that stability. It can be closer to the body. It can be a little bit, a couple inches farther away, depending on flexibility. Down and up. We're gonna switch on the next exercise. So you're hinging at the hip. That toe is up. That other leg is soft. Knee is soft. You're coming alongside the front here, hinging, gaze forward. Lots going on here and lifting up. 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides, coming into the other side. I'm gonna dig that heel into the ground. Toe is up, knee is soft, hinging forward, hand on hip, wherever you feel comfortable putting that hand on hip, coming down and all the way up to stand. That stability leg, engage the glute of the stability leg as you come up, pushing through the heel. So shifting forward and lifting up. Shifting. He gazes forward so that head is alongside the tailbone. My armpit is really close to my body. I'm not letting my arm come out here. It's coming alongside like I'm squeezing a tennis ball under my armpit, lifting up all the way up to stand. Coming down and lifting, shifting. Down and up, breathing, good. You can vary the weight here if you want a little bit of a challenge, or depending on what you're working on today. All right, dumbbell knee to elbow. I'm gonna grab a dumbbell here and we're gonna come right knee, both elbows. So again, another bit of a balance challenge here. We're lifting up, 3, 2, and 1. Drive, lift up and drive. Step back, but you see not in a diagonal here. That's another exercise that I'll commonly do. Now we're lifting straight up and down. Strong leg lift up. Breathing down, good. Stepping back, you can add speed to this. You can add a little bit of more of a knee bend. You can add a balance aspect too if you're focused on not touching down that toe. It's gonna be a big balance piece there. Now we have 10 seconds and then we're gonna switch to the other side. So be aware that you're doing the same thing upper body. Choose weight wisely. 2 and 1. Now we are going to come into the other side and lift, breathing 3, 2, and 1. Lifting that knee towards the elbow. Bending the elbow, knee coming towards elbow. Again, if you want more of a balance challenge, you don't have to touch that leg to the ground. That leg, that stability leg stays soft. You may be going a little bit slower. If you want to add a little bit more speed, you can come up, bend knee, drive up, bend knee, drive up. So lots of options here. You can come into a little bit of a tuck. At that end, breathing out when that elbow comes to knee, knee comes to elbow. Breathing good. And one. All right. So we're gonna hold the weight up as we come into tap back, step back lunges, lift, alternating. Tap back, step back lunges, and lift. So options here, hold weight at chest. Come into a reverse lunge and lift. You determine the depth of that lunge, so maybe you wanna hold weight here, 90-90. Maybe you want it up here, lifting up, coming back. Maybe you wanna drive that knee forward instead, each time, or hold that weight out, up off the chest. Comes down and drives, standing, driving through that stability leg. Again, you can add a little bit more speed. You can lift up high, lunge and lift, breathing out, and 1. All right, dumbbell lateral lunges. My toes are facing my knees, knees facing toes, coming side to side. You can hold dumbbell here. You can hold dumbbell here or not hold it at all. You can have body weight only. So knee alongside toe, knee alongside toe, hip is hinging from the front. My gaze is forward. Weight is just off of my chest. Knee is bending towards that toe, pushing through the heel all the way up to stand. You can be here. Just make sure that one leg is soft, straight and up, and that other one is bending. Lifting up, breathing. Good, good, good. Shifting, pushing through that heel. Strong legs here, hinge. And shift, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming into a standing hip adduction. Abduction. So, leading with the heel. Your leg is coming out. I'm gonna show you option 1, 2, 3, hands on hips. Option 1, leading with the heel, you're engaging the glute, it's kind of coming back and lifting. Option 2, you're not bringing that toe to a touch. You're gonna focus a little bit more on balance. Option 3, come into a small one-legged squat to a lift. So that option 3 is knee alongside hip and here, and then lift. This is me like trying to hold on to something for balance. Always do so if necessary. One-legged and lifting, breathing, good. Squeeze that glute, good. Now other side, we're gonna come into that same movement, but the other side is gonna be that stability leg. Knee is alongside the toe. 5 seconds. Option 1, heel, leading with the heel out. Hips are aligned. Option 2, maybe you're focusing a little bit more on balance and you're not touching down that toe. Option 3, small piston squat. You can come all the way down. I am not able to, a one-legged squat. I think you're out here in the piston anyway, but down here and squeeze. That heel, leading with that heel, down and up. Good. Whoo, balance, 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 right? A lot of times these are balance challenges here. And lifting up, hips are aligned. And 1.
Tabata complete.
All right, coming back into it, we're gonna come to an alternating dumbbell press. So weights are to the side, 1 and 1, pressing up, knees are soft, 5 seconds. You can do it together or bilateral if you want, 2 and 1. Lifting here, 1 and 1. This can be done seated, knees soft, or together. Maybe you wanna switch it up and come 1, 1, and together for 2. I do that often in programming just to get that single focus along with the double focus. And lifting up slowly, lowering down that weight. Good. Up and breathing. Good. Inhale and exhale, slowly lowering down, but you're exhaling when you press up, doing the work. Good. 5 seconds. And all right, we're gonna come into dumbbell swing. So I'm gonna hold the dumbbell, one hand holding it on each. I'm coming into a hip hinge, knee is slightly bent, and I'm going to rely on glutes, hamstrings, power up my upper body, elbows are soft, and shifting up. So hip hinge comes down and you're hinging, pushing up through those heels. Strong upper body. You're not leaning forward. Your knees aren't bending. Your knees are soft. They're staying in that same direction. And the weight comes up, is propelled by the glutes, hamstrings coming up. Gaze is forward. Last time we're doing this one, only doing one of each. Shifting that body. Gaze forward, hip hinge. All the way up to stand, but try not to thrust out those hips. Don't do that for me. 10 seconds coming into die jumps or dice jumps, pretending like you've rolled a 5. You have 2 dots up here, 1 in the middle and 1 back. We're starting on back. I'm gonna come middle, middle, up, up, middle, middle, back, back. I'm starting with 1 foot, with my left foot. Halfway through, I'm gonna bring you to the opposite foot. So middle, middle, narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Okay, options here are adding speed. 2 and 1. Now start with that opposite side foot, or that opposite foot. So mine would be the right. You're coming up and shifting. This is an agility drill. Shifting. And then low impact. Jamie should have shown that sooner. And up. You're not jumping, you're coming side or middle, side, middle. Die jumps, bicep curls, grabbing those 2 weights. Bicep curls, palms out, palms up. Back hands facing body, lifting, curling, knees are soft, and lift. We're gonna come into alternating bicep curls, lift, slowly bring that weight back down. Coming down and breathing. Nice work, lifting, good, and up. Anytime you need to, again, throughout this whole thing, take a break. You can come bilateral. If you'd like, you can come into a squat or alternating. I'm gonna stick with alternating. Breathing, exhale as you bring that weight up, slowly lower it back down. 5 seconds. Nice work, 3 and 1. All right, lateral touchdowns, another agility one. Starting low impact, coming here, touching down, a little hinging at the hip, turning that heel, lifting that heel side to side. Good, side to side, shifting, and that heel lifts. Good, good, good. Breathing as you come into that turn. Now you can come into a little bit more hop. You can come into a little bit more speed, or you can touch the ground, shift side to side. You can hop high in the middle. Lots of different options to do these. You can stay low. 10 seconds. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Awesome. Woo! Shifting up that heel, lifting up that heel, and 1. Right and left balance hingers. So I'm gonna come, I'm gonna switch halfway through so that you'll see, always use something for balance. Knee is stabilized, lifting up. You can incorporate that upper body by coming forward here. You don't have to have that upper body, you can kick back here. Lifting that knee up and shifting forward. We're gonna switch in 3, 2, and 1. Stabilize that other foot. Knee is soft, slightly bent, lifting up. If you want, bring in that upper body. Try to keep those hips level. That's a part that I struggle with as I come into these. Lift and shift. Good. 5 seconds. And 1.
Tabata complete.
All right, 15 seconds. We're gonna come into piston rows. So we're gonna roll shoulders back. I'm gonna start out with a stagger stance and then shift about halfway through the stagger stance. You do not have to, you can start with a, like a squat wide stance. Here, pull back, and as one comes down, another comes back. You can shorten that piece by breaking it apart. You can add some speed, making sure that elbow's pulling back. In 5 seconds, I'm gonna switch the stagger stance. 2 and 1. I like it because it allows me to come up for a little bit of a break. Shifting that stagger stance, pulling back, engaging core. Good, breathing, and that gaze is forward. Good. You can always do these supported as well on a bench. And 1. Squat paddlers. So my toes are out, my knees are out. I'm gonna come down into a diagonal, toes out, knees out. Bring it up and bring it down. Lift up, down, lift up and down. So option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, lifting up and shifting, making sure those toes are facing those knees. And you're breathing out when you're coming into that down diagonal. Good, 10 seconds. Lifting up and down. 2 and 1. All right. Dumbbell squat, clean and press. Okay, one at a time here. I'm gonna take the weight here, coming into a squat, lift and press. And then we'll switch halfway through. 2 and 1. Lift and press. Lift and press. You can, if you'd like, bring it all the way down to the ground into that squat and press. We're gonna switch that other side halfway, or you can bring it here, knee bend, lift, guiding elbow, 2 and 1. Switching to that other side, down and lift, or maybe, what is that, shin height, floor, leading with the elbow, and pressing, lifting, good. Always supporting, if that feels good for you, that opposite side knee. Good. All right, coming into an upright row, ha, 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 lifting with the elbow. So we're coming here, so you can alternate, you can come together, up over the chest. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. You can sit for this one, lifting up and back, and breathing, inhale, ooh, right over the mic. I don't know how that sounds when I do that. Lifting up, breathing side to side, and I just did it right there. Try not to shrug the shoulders. Lift up, leading with the elbows as you lift up and shift. Maybe you're 1, 1, and 2. Maybe you're 2, 1, 1. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? You know, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Front raised jacks. I'm gonna take light weights here. My palms are gonna be towards me. I'm gonna come up like so, lifting up, side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Option 1. Option 1, side to side. Option 2, slow and control lifting up and down. This is why I'm using very light weights here. You do not have to use weights here at all. Front raised jacks without weights would look like this. Lifting up, elbows are soft. I mean, you can come into full jacks, but you have to be just concentrating if you're using weights on that, slowly bringing the weight back down. No weight here, side to side, lifting up and down, breathing, 5. Whoo, opening, and 1. All right, throw downs. So throw downs, we're gonna grab that weight, and I like this one. It's like an angry movement. I actually put in the angry movement. You're gonna come up, come into a squat and throw down. Weight comes overhead, engage core, throw down. So it's not a swing because you're squatting. The swing, we come into a hip hinge and you're kind of chopping, like bringing it back and chopping, lifting, and down, good. Up, breathe, out when you come into that squat. 20 seconds, lifting and breathing, nice work. Hey, here we go. 10, almost done, you all are rocking it. 3, and 1. Awesome, awesome job. Awesome job, everybody. We're gonna come and start with an inner thigh stretch, starting with our cool down, knees facing toes, rolling shoulders back. You all rocked it. Coming down, breathing, and opening up those shoulders. If you wanna stay a little bit more in that inner thigh stretch, come maybe side to side here. If not, roll up, shoulders back. Coming, opening up those hips and rolling shoulders back. Awesome, awesome job. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And 2, and 1. Okay, you're gonna think I'm super silly, twirlies. I'm calling these twirlies. I did these in the group fitness class. I loved them. Everyone loved them. Side to side. You're opening up and coming into this torso rotation here, kind of letting those arms flail, bringing you back to maybe some childhood days when you just really enjoyed the movement of your body. Didn't think about anything else. 3. I mean, there were other things in there, right? I don't know. All right, coming up and reaching down, shoulder neck rolls, depressing those shoulders. Not depressing mood, depressing shoulders down. So you're squeezing those shoulders down, rolling side to side. Nothing wrong with the depressing mood, but this is another use of the word depressing. Squeeze side to side and rolling neck. Good. Rolling wrists. Now we're gonna come to some chest and back openers. So we're opening up that back, opening up that chest, opening up that back, opening up that chest. Anytime you wanna stay in one of those, please go ahead and do so for a couple seconds, whatnot. Come into this stretch as long as you need it. Good. And open up, breathing. Good, nice work. And 1, we're gonna come into QL, side to side stretch, reaching up, supporting that hip up and over, reaching up towards the ceiling, supporting that hip up and over. Maybe you wanna come into a wrist roll up, getting that side like you're between 2 walls. Windows, I say windows, you know, so you don't like picture, if it's being scary to picture yourself between 2 walls. Windows, you're opening up. That's not scary, being stuck between 2 windows. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna come into a hip flexor stretch, grab onto something for balance, tuck that hip, squeeze that glute, and then we're gonna switch to a hamstring stretch. Hinge at the hip, heel comes down, and toe comes up. Back to the hip flexor stretch, squeeze that glute, and hamstring stretch, hinge forward. I'm holding onto the wall here for balance. And we're gonna switch, 2 and 1. Stepping back, other side, squeeze, tuck pelvis, squeeze that glute, get that hip flexor stretch, breathing, 3. And now coming into that hamstring stretch, hinge here, toe up, breathing. And hip flexor stretch, come side, squeeze glute, get the front of that hip. And bring it down here, good, breathing. 2, and last one here, knee bend opener. So we're gonna come toes facing knees and open up, right? We're coming down, breathing and opening up. Bringing that body nice and slow, coming down into the cool down. Last one here, knee bend and open up towards the ceiling. Open up that chest. 5 seconds, 2 and 1. Hey Ragamuffins, thank you so much for joining me for today's movement session. That was a blast. Remember, movement for flexibility, movement for longevity, movement for boosted mood. I look forward to seeing you next time. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And remember, movement for